Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to all my witches, warlocks, writers, and wanderers. I am KibbyRose. I am YouTube's Authortubes. Authortubes lesbian psychic stoner. I'm here to fill your day with a couple of witchy things, some planetary predictions, some rants, everything else. My anxiety is super high. The energies today are literally like back and forth all over the place. We shifted into Pisces, so of course I'm going to feel the energy. It's just the way it is. So hello to everyone. Let me go ahead and roll the banner here on YouTube and we'll get this thing going. Oh, by the way, I do readings, but you're going to have to be on YouTube for that. Free to jump into my live stream on YouTube and we'll go from there. So for those of you that are watching on YouTube, I was just explaining to those on TikTok that I'm kind of dual streaming here today. We're trying something new. To my regular clients on YouTube, love you guys, bear with me. It's just, I told you guys, we're doing the wiggle room thing when it comes to this business. We're trying to figure it out. I have a lot of clients in a lot of different places that can use my resources, and I want to reach out to more people, as you guys told me to do. So I am trying to follow my angels' messages. I'm trying to follow my clients' messages and, help everybody along the way. So today we've got some crazy stuff going on because not only have the energy shifted because we changed into Pisces, but the moon is now in Sagittarius, which is causing some underlying. And we've got some squares and sextiles and trends going on with the planets that are just causing like deep-seated emotional whoosh. So I am a Scorpio, Pisces, Gemini, so I naturally have a lot of anxiety and emotion when it comes to it. So this moon sun combination, you guys are already seeing it. Like just my intro. Anyway, but it's my channel. I do what I want, right? Anyway, so we're here today. First of all, let me just explain to any people that are new how we do this here. So the first little bit, I do some personal rants and raves and just explain a couple of things. Then we jump into a 10-minute sprint. During that sprint, I'm going to pay attention to the people in TikTok a little bit more and maybe turn on the comments. We'll see how that goes. After that, I do some current events, rants and predictions regarding things and changes that are going on in the world, just to give my clients kind of a generalized heads up. Oftentimes, because with planetary movements and influences that are affecting you, you can often tell with the overarching of social situations. So, and then we do another 20-minute sprint so my clients can do their work, and maybe we'll do some more stuff on TikTok. After that, we do some planetary influences, and I explain the aspects that are involving with the influences and the energies that are involved. And then after that, I do your horoscopes, and we literally fly by the seat of our pants around here most of the time. So, hi, Cora. Hello, my dear Cora. How are you today? Stopping by to say hi, getting ready to head to my son's appointment. It is early morning. I know there's a lot of people that are running around. First of all, I want to say thank you to my replay crew and the people that are coming back and watching. I am seeing those numbers going up and I really appreciate it. Thank you. And hello to my new subscribers. I really appreciate you guys liking and subscribing. And on that note, go ahead, do the YouTube things as you normally do, like, subscribe, everything else, because we're doing this 2 days a week, guys. On Mondays we stream at 5 p.m. so I can give you the rundown for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and on Thursdays we stream at 11 so I can give you the weekend's horoscope forecast. And to my clients, this is when we cover lessons. To any of my new people, this is when we actually have conversations and I cover psychic readings. So for anybody on TikTok, if you want a reading or anything like that, hop in and find me on YouTube. You're more than welcome to come and ask some questions there. I'd be happy to answer. We're just trying this out for anybody on TikTok. This is just new today. We're trying it out. We're seeing what happens. So on that note, I have a couple announcements. I would like to happily announce that, first of all, Cora, you, me, talk, law tube, law nerd, law stuff. We've got to figure out how we're doing our Law Tea channel launching, because the Karen Reed trial is starting on April 1st. Why why he would start a trial on April Fool's Day, I have no idea, but the courts don't really care about that kind of stuff. Anyway, second little announcement I have is I have a little St. Patty's Day surprise coming. I am going to be hosting a little St. Patrick's party with a special guest that happens to reside in Ireland. They decided to join me. For those of you that know my channel, you already know who it is. I'm sure you know because you know there's only one person on my channel that's ever streamed with me that's from Ireland. But we're going to have some trivia, some drinks, some fun times. I'm not much of a drinker, but I decided to find 4 new alcohols that I want to try. So I will have those lined up. For those who are my friends, you know, you love Drunk Kibby. Drunk Kibby is going to be there on St. Patrick's Day. So if you're not already liked and if you're not already subscribed to my channel, do so because St. Patrick's Day, I'm half Irish. I love Irish. You guys know I integrate a lot of my Irish and Celtic work into my psychic work and spiritual work. So to celebrate that, and my grandfather, who's 100% Irish, happens to turn 98 this year. And we're having a little bit of a celebration in April for that. So I thought I would kick off the celebration in March with the St. Patty's. Can you tell I'm excited? I'm so stoked to have it. He confirmed, and I'm just super excited. So on that note, we're going to jump into a 10-minute sprint. For those on TikTok, I'm going to be coming in and saying hi to you. Just know for my clients, the planetary aspects, you're going to want to pull out your actual birthday books for this one and your sun in sign and moon in sign books. So, and this one's these aspects that we're going to be covering are going to be a little more complicated than I think most of my clients are on. But the more you listen, the more you get familiar with it, the more when you move up in your levels, you'll be able to understand it better. So that's how I work. On that note, let me jump into a 10-minute sprint and pull this up. Bam, bam, bam. Cora said yes. What did you think? There's so many things that you could have said yes about. I have no idea. All right. So anybody who wants a psychic reading, go ahead and read the little trailer below or jump into the beginning when the opener was, and it explains how you are able to send payments to my regular clients. You already know. I don't have to explain. So 10 minutes on the clock, and I'm going to go say hi to TikTok. So in 3, 2, 1, clients, prep your books. This is going to be a lot of info coming to you soon. Okay. And don't forget to All right, and we're back. I hope you guys were able to get some work done. I'm going to, so those of you in headphones, hold your headphones. We're going to switch out timers here because we're going to put up the 20-minute timer for the next sprint. Drop that down, and hello to everybody. Welcome back. Emma, I saw your comment on my messages. It's good to see you. Hello, 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 and welcome. I hope you're doing well. Right now, we're going to switch into gears, and we're going to cover a couple of predictions, guys, because first of all, I do want to cover a couple of questions. One from Jake, and one from Emma. And then the rest of the predictions are kind of, I'm going to recover predictions I've already made about San Diego and the weather and California and the South and everything else. And then after that, I'm going to cover some Blake Lively and Justin Baldone and some other situations. All right. So for my clients that cover current events, here you go. For those of you that don't, go to your other work. Anyway. Basically, there's a lot going on with the weather predictions. We're going to start with that. So far, guys, the predictions I made about Southern California in regards to February or January having the fires, February having the atmospheric flood right at the full moon. The third prediction was earthquakes, the big earthquake happening. And if you're not watching the Cascadia, I highly suggest you going to the UCGS website and watching their geological predictions, because they're showing all these earthquake upticks. The problem is a lot of the earthquakes have actually shifted towards the San Andreas fault line. And for somebody who survived the 1989 earthquake, and with the fires that have currently happened and the atmospheric rivers and the flooding that has already happened, I'm warning you guys again. The shaking's already coming in my voice. Everybody on the other side is scared. Hollywood needs to be careful. This won't be the end of Hollywood if we start shifting gears and paying attention to where to put our money. Yes, I know we want to rebuild. It might not be we might not have the ability to rebuild. I would rather hope for the best, plan for the worst, keep your mind in the middle. And we're definitely going to have to do that when it comes to Hollywood. A second thing is spreading out the wealth seems to be one of the main priorities of what's going on with these energies these days. Okay. So for Hollywood, what they showed me in the visions of Hollywood starting to have like a spot in the mountains in Colorado for the movie sites, a site in Texas for the Westerns, a site in, like, look at one in Florida for the party scene. Like, let's have Hollywood still exist, but in multiple locations. And from what I can kind of see and kind of feel, I'm hoping that's what's going to happen. Because how great would it be to have some of these smaller run down cities that maybe need a little bit of money, be able to have sites and locations that were abandoned and going bad, used and rebuilt and invested into to be movie sites that can be used by multiple companies and multiple people. So that is kind of what I'm hoping. I'm praying that I'm wrong about this, literally the slide that I see happening in California when it comes to that area. I really do hope I'm seeing that I'm wrong, but I would rather be wrong and put it out there and have maybe somebody pay attention and have a little, I mean, I have friends that I told them, the fires are going to be bad in California, and some of them believed me and some of them moved. And yes, they lost their houses, but at least they weren't there and they're safe. So that's kind of why I do this. I don't want to create panic at all. I'm more than likely, I hope I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong, but this is one of those predictions where it was like, if I didn't say anything, I would actually feel guilty if I hadn't. And the first two came true, and I'm really hoping that by May, we have not lost Hollywood completely, but learned how to reestablish it in a new way, if that makes sense. So my next prediction is actually about the JFK and the papers that have just been released into and that are being looked at and investigated by multiple people. I've had a prediction about what has happened for a very long time. I've kept my mouth shut, and I'm sure everybody who's a psychic or, conspiracist knows why. I've gotten myself in enough trouble than to start, like, personally and, in my own personal life, than to start getting in trouble with the government. So, but now that it's public information, I'm going to say my prediction and we'll see if I'm correct. So basically what I see happen is there was more than one shooter. And the whole reason that it was covered up with this was why. What I see is RV Oswald did fire. Now, when RV Oswald fired, this is going to be hard for me to explain, so let me try to set the scene, okay? The vision they're giving me is from the direction of standing on this side of the street where the motorcade is going this way, and the hill and the tree that Harvey supposedly were on are over here. Okay, that's the scene. That's the vision or the sight line that they're giving me in this vision. And what they're showing me is that somebody on our team, such as, somebody who was definitely decorated on our team, misjudged. And basically what happened is they saw the flash, they heard the pop, they pulled their weapon, they shot and fired and didn't realize that the motorcade had sped up. And from what I see, and I could be wrong, this is my opinion, my theory, everything, mine. We will find out eventually when they research and discover it, but I think it was one of their own Secret Service agents that actually shot JFK. And I think that it was by accident. I think he misjudged where the motorcade was going. I think he predicted wrong. And with the state of the country at the time, for the American people to not trust in the Secret Service, it was like, and it was, from what I can see, it was an honest accident. Like they didn't anticipate the motorcade to speed up. They anticipated it to slow down or stop or, miscommunication, misjudgment, everything else. We'll see what happens now that they're investigating it and doing the research. But from what they keep showing me, and it's the same vision that they've showed me for the longest time, is that's what happened. So the next thing that I wanted to bring up is Jake Gyllenhaal. I doubt you're watching, but I say that about everybody, and then something happens and I make a prediction, and next thing you know, everything moves forward. So, Jake Gyllenhaal, you can help explain and expose and fix. And I don't need to say that much, because from what I'm getting, the message is coming from the other side that you yourself can actually turn this entire case the way it needs to go, or the way a lot of people that are suffering on the other side, who have unfortunately crossed over due to circumstances similar to this type of situation, are putting energy towards. So I had to put that message out, because I have a lot of people, on the other side, including a very pushy female that was friends with Luke Perry, that keeps trying to get me to say something directly to you. And sometimes I get really mad at my angels, because it's like, I'm not going to be that type of psychopath that literally messages these famous people and be like, hey, like, excuse me, no. Be real. We're already dealing with the TikTok psychic and what she did in regards to that poor Idaho University agent, which that still isn't getting enough attention on. Because even as a psychic, as long as I've been practicing, I know to not be 100%. You know why? Free will. You cannot predict free will. And even if you try to predict free will, guess what? They will literally reverse it on you just because they think you're trying to predict it. So it's one of those things where I don't care if any psychic out there thinks they're so good that they can say they're 100%. They're not. You can't be 100%, not with free will. Believe me, if it could be 100%, don't you think God would be making it a little bit better around here? Come on now. Don't you think that the influences of the gods and the goddesses and all the entities and everything else would have a little bit more influence? Free will has a very strong pull. And so you can't be 100% in predictions. Are you taking free questions? Unfortunately, no. The reason that I don't do free questions is because as a long practicing psychic, there is something you will learn. Karmic response does happen when you use your abilities for free. Everybody in the world gets paid to use their energies and their knowledge for services. Psychics need to actually represent the same thing. So in regards to free questions, no. That's why I do have the pricing and everything down below if you're more than welcome, or you can skip to the beginning where where it gives the whole breakdown of it. But unfortunately, I have gone through too much karmic stuff, which I will be explaining and sharing in my Psycho to Psychic series, The Journey into Darkness, on my YouTube channel, which I set up to actually record tonight after I live stream. So that is what's so unfortunately, no, I don't do free questions. And life definitely has taught me to admire, what is it called? Hold my abilities for the value that they're worth, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So for my clients, on that note, we're going to do one more thing okay, let me organize my thoughts while I have them throwing in a bunch of information. So I wanted to go back to how I talked about in 2000, actually, for the clients that have been with me this long, we're actually going to go all the way back to 2001. For the newer clients, I reiterated this in 2003 and the October of 2004. So if you have notes from there, that's where you want to go back to. So basically, I said that there was going to be a giant karmic shift, that the last couple of years, there has been this giant lesson learning type thing where if karma, your angels have literally been trying to get you to learn those hard-rooted, deep-seated karmic lessons that everybody in this world, and we all know those lessons that we've literally dug our heels into and absolutely refused on every level to want to learn, okay? The last 3 years, if you have not worked to learn those lessons, which for those of us who have, it's not been easy, but those who haven't, as I predicted, the shift that came in 2025 was going to be unavoidable, absolutely unavoidable. It is unavoidable. I think we've all seen it just in the last 2 months. The amount of lessons and repercussions and accountability that has had to be taken in the last 2 months, tenfold it. And that is what's going to happen by the end of the year. They're basically referencing again, but by the end of 2025, everybody that's on this planet will be walking into a new world. Simply because when we awaken in 2026, so much is going to have changed. And here's the best news. So I had warned all my clients and I was panicking there for a minute because I was like, we are headed towards World War III. Not anymore. It's not static anymore, guys. The end of the year is not static anymore. It is clear. It is bright. It is shining new. And it pains me a little bit because I am a part of the lesbian community. I have a lot of friends that are not doing well. I have a lot of friends in other countries that US aid, as stupid as some of the spending was, there was some good going to some things. It wasn't, there was a lot of fraudulent spending going on in America. And unfortunately, those that were benefiting and honestly benefiting from the good are suffering with the bad, because right now, that's what happens when you have to weed things out. So just understand that as we continue through this year, you're going to see that karmic arc that I was talking about, where by June, either you're going to be catapulted into a positive or you are going to be catapulted straight into the ground. After June of this year, if you have still dug in your heels about your lessons, there will be no moving forward. So on that note, my clients, I want you to take this information, take your notes, figure out how we can apply this to our own lives, how this is going to fit into our own lives, and how we see this in other people's lives within our own lives. Because there's a lot of you that have been keeping an eye and using your friends and your family as your kind of guides to see these kind of shifts and movements. Some of us use the famous people. Go do your research now to see that overarching of things. And I will see you guys in 20 minutes, okay? In 3, 2, 1. And don't forget to mute yourself. Gotta unmute myself, huh? So that's the end of that sprint. We're gonna swing this down. Hello to all my YouTube people again. So this is just your reminder, halfway, stretch. If you have not stretched and you've been sitting here for over an hour and have not moved, get up and move. It is not good to sit for this long and not move. So stretch time. We're going to stretch, move it a little bit. Okay, so we are back. I have 2 readings to do before I do the planetary aspects. Remember to like and subscribe, hit the YouTube bell, ringy thingy. YouTube's algorithm likes it when you say it more than once during the live stream. So there's my second time. I'm in a wacky mood. It's been a weird day. So just bear with me. Also, these next 2 readings are going to throw me for a little bit of a loop, especially that we're in such an emotional Pisces mood. So for Julie, my dear, you saw what I put up. You might need a different perspective in this situation. Next, you had Temperance. You had the Chariot. And you had the 7 of Coins. You need to, like I said before, you need to, I know you're used to being in control, in power, taking the lead, taking the charge, making the decisions. However, this is one of those situations where you can't. Your partner knows more about what is going on in the situation than you do. They're more well-versed in this situation than you are, and they have less emotional standing than you do in this situation. They are seeing things far more clearly than you can. Let them take control. Let them take the lead. Let them be the chariot, because in the end, you're going to end up with all the coins in your pocket. So is that not what the ultimate goal is? So in that situation, this is one of those situations where your mouth might have gotten you in more trouble than maybe you realize, and allowing your partner to fix the situation. The people, whoever's in, from what I'm feeling, the people that are involved, even though as much as you want to fix it on your end, they are not going to listen to you. You've already blown any chance, ability, or level of respect that they have to you to even have a conversation or a communication. Letting your partner take the lead and letting them have a different perspective about it and coming to a resolution for you is going to be the best bet. You've got too much emotional pull in this to be able to see things clearly, especially with the influences that we have going on right now. I tried to tell you, as a Cancer, you are too emotional to be able to let your emotions dictate and rule your logical thinking. Okay. And I love you, girl. I know this is hard. I know this is not what you wanted to hear. Okay. But it is what it is. In the long-term effect of this is that you come out of this unscathed, or at least without damage. Right. So let your partner take the lead on that. Okay. Emma. They're referencing that meddling again. There seems to be a lot more involved with what is going on, and you're getting ripped off. Double check the source before you make decisions, if that makes sense. And you told me to keep it as discreet as possible. So that is and they're referencing to cite the exchange at the base of the issue. So whatever transaction or whatever issue happened at the beginning, at the base, to kind of create this whole scenario, and it is your sister. So, and I could be wrong. So make sure you have facts, because a lot of the things we're going off today, Emma, are about not jumping to conclusions and not overreacting. So make sure that you have the facts, because they're also bringing in, when I did the book, is to look in the mirror and repeat 3 times. I am a living magnet. I love attracting happiness, success, prosperity, peace, and the abundance of magic into my life. So there might be a little bit of your own energy and cynicism coming in and involving and causing this issue as well. So, yes, it is as you see it. No, it's not exactly all her fault. However, 9 times out of 10 in situations, usually both sides are often responsible. I mean, if the biggest lessons I've always preached to all of you is the one thing I learned about the other side is all he wants you to do is take accountability. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake, if you do it on purpose, whatever, as long as you take accountability for not only doing it, but what it did to others. And I don't want to tell you how many people I've seen in the below place that just refuse to take accountability that their actions ever affected anybody else. And guess what they're going through? They get to repeat the emotions and the feelings. From what I understand, they get to feel and go through those emotional and like whatever they put anybody else through until they take accountability that what they did harm. So I love you, girl. Sometimes we can fuel our own fires that end up burning us. Okay. So on that note, we're going to cover a couple of planetary aspects that come in. And for anybody who asked, the reason that I answer questions for Julie and Cora and Emma and a couple other people is because, and Danielle and a couple other people, is because they are my normal paying clients. We usually, we have a long-standing payment program. So that's why I answer those. For anybody else who's interested in getting a reading, hop over to my YouTube channel. I'd be happy to give you a reading if you send the questions through here for you. So anyway, and also if you go to my YouTube channel and you do pay to ask a question, more often than not, you're going to get more bang for your buck, because even though I say only one question, I usually have to ask for more information unless you're one of my regular clients. So just know that. Just know that even though it says $10 for one question, more than likely I'm going to end, that's you asking me a question. I will probably end up asking you more. So, and my clients know this because what I always say that like, oh, it's only going to be a 10-minute read. Hour and a half later, I'm like, just pay me for 20 minutes. That's how I work though. And besides, they don't shut up. So it's just, thank you for stepping back. I don't know if anybody saw that, but I had they needed to step back for a second. So, and for anybody who's interested, no, there's nothing special I have to do to connect to the other side. I actually have to do things to disconnect from the other side because I crossed over in 2017 and evidently I had always been halfway on the other side. Things just got confirmed to me when I came back. So for my clients, for the ones that are watching lessons, we are moving into planetary overview and current aspects. After that, we're going to do another 20 minutes. After that, I think I'm just going to jump into horoscopes, and because I think that's going to be the easiest. We'll see. If I end up ranting too long on planetary aspects, then whatever. We'll play it by ear. It's my channel. I do what I want. Anyway, so planetary stuff, fun planetary stuff. Okay, so I'm going to cover it again the way I normally do from the sun all the way through to the Charon. Then I will cover the aspects. These are just the aspects that are the most influential right now. Okay, they're not all the aspects involved. If you feel that this is not, for any of my clients, if you feel this is not covering the energies that you feel, check in with me. Like I said, there's probably other things that are happening that can help explain what is going on. Oh, not always, but half the time. I'm just getting comfortable because this is going to be a while. All right, so we shifted into Sun in Pisces, literally, today. Basically, this is creating sensitive and compassionate interactions with subtle emotions and deep depths. This is better connection to the divine. If you haven't connected to the divine, you're going to start feeling a pull towards it. Moon in Sagittarius, wandering, free-spirited energies with restless and impulsive qualities, protection over opinions and beliefs. Strong-willed energy basically is what we're dealing, but strong-willed, free-spirited energy. Locking things down right now with the moon cycling the way it is not going to happen, especially with the emotional influences of the Pisces sun. Okay, Mercury in Pisces, which good news, actually bad news. It starts retrograde on March 15th, so we've only got a couple of days where Mercury is going to be out of Oh, hold on, YouTube people. Evidently, TikTok wanted me to confirm that I actually do exist. Anyway, so basically Mercury in Pisces, which goes into retrograde on March 13th. And the good news is we have no crossover, or we do have a cross. Why do I keep saying good news? Who the hell on the other side thinks it's good news that we're going to have 2 planets in retrograde at the same time? Like, bite me. Bad news. We're going to have Mercury and Mars both in retrograde at the same time for a minute, for like a week. So for any of you that are sensitive to retrograde planet energies, just know you're going to have 2 of them influencing you for a minute. But Mercury in Pisces is ideas infused with imagination, sensitivity, and dreamy creativity. You're going to see a common pattern here of emotions, dreamy, sensitivity. It is overarching. That's why I'm like, if you're not feeling sensitive right now, I don't know what to tell you. Venus in Aries is causing the impulse and the ego in love, especially strong desire to flirt and to be chased. However, this is the kind of love that's hard to lock down. So trying to start a relationship right now is going to be difficult. I don't recommend that when Venus is in Aries that you start any love partnership type things. If you're already in a relationship, this is why all that stuff is like, that's why you seem to be hitting all those hurdles right now. Blame Venus in Aries, okay? Excuse me. Mars in Cancer, which ends retrograde on the 23rd of March. So that's why I'm saying from March 15th to March 23rd, we're going to have 2 planets in retrograde. So just be aware. Mars in Cancer means a focus on the domestic and emotional security and hypersensitivity. Again with the emotional sensitivity. Okay. Jupiter in Gemini, opportunity for good fortune, stimulation and new experiences, curious and witty energy. Jupiter is saving our butts right now in regards to our emotions. It's kind of being the buffer between the immediate planet influences and the outer planet influences. Let's all be grateful for Jupiter right now and protecting us, okay? Or else we would be completely bombarded with overwhelming emotional energies. Saturn in Pisces, because exactly, Saturn is in Pisces, right behind Jupiter, okay? Pull to reflect on the deep past experiences, oneness with the divine. Uranus in Taurus. Ow! Sudden changes in influences, especially in finances, innovative energies with practical applications. Neptune in Pisces, greater emphasis on all things mystical and magical and imaginative. Spirituality will be at an all-time high and embraced collectively. Pluto in Aquarius is significant changes in humanity that begin with sudden endings. Again, this is, I swear to God, Trump is literally Pluto in Aries. I can't say it any better. Like everything that you're seeing him doing, that is Pluto in Aquarius. Did I say Aries? I'm in Aquarius. So significant changes in humanity that begin with sudden endings, a level of progress that will be extraordinary. And remember, Pluto sits in Aquarius for 10 years. 10 years, and we just shifted. We are literally only 2 months into the 10-year period, okay? Last, we got Sharon in Aries, which is the wounded healer. Acknowledgement of concealed traumas, opportunities for growth and deep understanding. So you guys, from front end to back end, we literally have sensitive emotional energies that are deep-seated and deep-rooted that are bubbling to the surface, and you're going to have to deal with them, especially in love, relationships, and partnerships. Sorry. Welcome to the energies of the world. So if you've been one of those people that have seriously been hoping that these energies will end soon, it's not going to end soon. So just it's better to be aware and be prepared than to be overwhelmingly attacked by anxiety, right? Okay. So next we have the current aspects, and these are the influences of the planets either opposite of each other, in square with each other, in twin with each other, in cohesion with each other, that they influence each other's energies and how it's projected onto our planet. So Sun square with the Moon, increased wisdom and understanding of current situations, success in ventures. And these will usually only last for a day. So these ones this will last from today until tomorrow at noon. Okay. Moon sextile with Pluto, cooperation between emotions and deep regenerations, better in tune with deeper needs and desires. Mercury square with Jupiter is overconfident and fiery energies, scattered thinking and philosophical ideas. Moon trin with Neptune is cooperation between emotions and sense of self and awareness of the sensitivity of others. Mars trin with Saturn is opportunities for romance and harmony is in financial. So there's going to be, when I do the horoscopes, you're going to see that there's a lot of signs that are going to be referencing that you can put a lot of your emotion into figuring out your financial standings. On the opposite side, you have a lot of people who are dealing with the opportunity for creating harmony within their relationships, especially romance. So we do not have the best energies when it comes to for anybody who's going through and this might be why hold on, love it when they do this. Okay, so basically, I'm just gonna reference what they said. They're basically referencing that this is actually what's mapped out in the influences with Justin Baldone and Blake Lively's situation. How acknowledgments of concealed traumas, deep-seated rooted emotions and extreme sensitivity, focus on domestic and emotional security, literally everything that's happening with these solar planets and the movements of them. It's kind of like the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp case. I'm just going to say it, when you could literally take the chart and map it along with what was going on with their case and literally pretty much predict exactly what was going to happen. And if you're intuitive like me and you're able to see past what is right in front of you, you can see who is going to be the winner and who is going to be the loser. And I hate to say it, but there's a lot of energy backing Justin. And this is why I gave Taylor that warning. And Taylor, I don't know if you listen to my channel, I doubt it. Again, coincidence that I happened to say it and you backed out or backed off, but stay as far away from this as you can. If you don't want the truth about things getting out and the manipulations of what the industry actually does to get people, famous and money in their pocket, I highly recommend you staying away and just kind of staying in the background. Also, last thing, because hi, Sandy. Sorry, Sandy. Hold on. Let me switch screen. I had to bring this over here because, yeah. Hi, Sandy. Hello, my dear. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I've missed you, girl. We need to touch base. It's been a minute since I've actually talked to you in person. I miss you, girl. So, and the last thing that I wanted to bring in, only because this is an easy question and I will answer it. TikTok. My gut instinct is that it's still going to be banned. I said before that negotiations were just moved behind closed doors. It was very clear during the Senate hearing, if you listen to it, that they are not interested in selling. I don't know if anybody else can relate, but the algorithm has completely changed for me. My TikTok algorithm is absolutely not the same. I can tell that they did something. It's almost like they took the whole app away, got rid of whatever algorithm was there that had the back door that I predicted, put the new algorithm in place, and is now trying to do it. And to tell you the truth, it's not going to work because one of the reasons I'm live streaming today is because the algorithm absolutely sucks for me now. So, Badger, hey, hello. I think that's Kim Badger if I remember correctly, but if it's not, I'm sorry. But hello and welcome anyway. If it is Kim, hi. It's been a while. It's good to see you. But that's actually one of the reasons I started streaming on both, because it was just like my TikTok has literally, it is you. Hi. Yay. I'm glad. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Your energy is doing good. It's good to feel you. You're getting better. That's what I meant by it's good to feel your energy is getting better, because I'm not going to start doing it again. I always do this. But yes, it's good to feel your energy is good today. So from what so that's why I started dual streaming on YouTube and TikTok, is because I know for a fact the algorithm has changed for me. And not only that, but I know I've been watching a lot of my big creators that I keep an eye on, their numbers have dropped. It's 12-12, guys. Make a wish. So another thing is whoever goes to buy the company should probably look at that situation and make sure that the same algorithm is in place before purchasing it, because I have a feeling they changed it. And I have a feeling that, that it's not the same. Like whoever buys this version of TikTok, they're not getting the version that was there before they shut TikTok down and restarted it. So call it my own conspiracy. I could be wrong. I have no idea in regards to, algorithms. I don't write them, but I am a psychic and I have a pretty good sense of things. Thank you. Today is a pretty good day for now. And you're on the up. The angels are referencing. I'll give you a little free read because you've been around for so long, and this helps you. You're on the upswing of things. I'm guessing you got sick or had the flu, or is this depression? Because I'm feeling that it was more sickness related but depression can be a sickness. So tell me if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong, Kim. But the good news is you're on the better side of things. So that I love. I am probably just going to jump into do you guys want to sprint or do you guys want horoscopes? I'm going to leave it up to you, Sandy and Kim, if you guys are in here. What do you want? Because I was going to jump into a 20-minute sprint, which I have right here, or I can cover horoscopes. What do you prefer? We'll wait for Kim to answer. But and I can go into another little rant. A lot of the creators that I watch, that usually their watch numbers used to be in the high level of like thousands, couple thousands, and it's not the same. It's just not, things aren't hitting the same. And it is, oh my God, the amount of fake and scamming TikToker, like TikTok's really got to do something about the amount of scammers that they've got on here. What did you say? I found my best friend on the 1st of the month after he passed away. So it is depression. So it is depression that's causing physical ailment. And you're starting to feel better. How about horoscopes? My birthday is Saturday. You got it, girl. Okay, we'll jump into horoscopes. Well, first of all, you're good. Just know, honey, if you're struggling with this far more, I know you just jumped in, but I'm going to reiterate. One of the reasons that you're struggling with this with a whole lot more, and you can actually blame literally Neptune, Pluto, Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter for all that. They are causing deep-seated, long underlying emotions to come to the surface. You're having to, like one of them, where is it? Who was it? Deep-seated traumas was literally one of them. Yeah, Chiron in Aries is acknowledgement of concealed traumas, opportunities for deep growth and understanding. So, I'm so sorry. And things are definitely, energy-wise, things are unfortunately that way right now. So let's get into horoscopes, and maybe, hopefully, I can tell you Wednesday's got some better energies. I'm going to move the screen with the camera over there. We're going to move this over here. And that's the good news I do have for you is, from what I can see, Friday's energies are going to be amazing. And starting the weekend, it's going to be amazing. Not Friday, Saturday's energies going into the weekend. So for anybody who's new here, I'm going to do a quick recap of how I do things around here. I was with him nearly every day for the last 7 months. I'm so sorry. And it's like that one situation where you left to go take care of things and like you came back, and I'm so sorry, hun. Oh. Well, okay, forgive me. I don't know if this is him. You'll have to tell me, but I'm hearing honey, get over it. It's not that big of a deal. It's better on the other side anyway. I don't know if that's his. You'll have to tell me if that's his personality, but that's what I'm hearing is, girl, you suffer for the loss, not for him. He's actually, from what I can feel, he's happier on the other side. He's not hurting. I don't like getting into sensitive, sad stuff on, but I'm glad you're doing better. And I'm glad that whatever, I'm hearing that you're getting back into your groove of writing things anyway. And that's kind of where you need to go. So for those of you that are new here, the way I do this is I start with Aries and I go through the signs that way. I leave Scorpio to the end simply because I am a Scorpio. And if I try to do Scorpio in the middle of other psychic readings, my angels start throwing in messages and God help me try to get to the end of it. So that's the way we usually run here. Since it's Thursday, I cover today, tomorrow, and Saturday's energies. And I kind of give a little forecast of what to predict and what to expect with a little bit of DBT, dialectical behavior therapy skills thrown in if they are required for the upcoming energies. Okay. So, also, for anybody on TikTok, I don't answer questions at this time. I kind of just run through all the energies because for each sign, I have a different angel that steps forward to help me meditate for that sign. And as I do the reading for those signs, those angels do step forward, and I like staying connected with them versus getting distracted in reading a bunch of comments. So Aries, so please forgive me, but I will answer all comments at the end of the whole fun horoscopes you built. So Aries, today is going to be filled with positive mental energies, especially in the creative department. Conversations will be hopeful, optimistic, and interesting. Best to reserve, they're referencing that into the afternoon, it's going to be best to reserve judgment till later. Just step back and reserve and watch things. Good optimistic energies do come in by the end of days that will help you figure out any misunderstandings in the morning. Into Friday, you have strong, overwhelming, and scattered mental energies to start, but they do bleed into strong, confident, and appealing energies by the end of the day. They're referencing that you're going to have a hard time with a split mind and focus. Basically, you're going to kind of have a Gemini mindset when it comes to Friday, where if you can, make sure that you're balancing both between the work and the leisure. Don't overwhelm yourself with the work. Don't overwhelm yourself with the leisure. Make sure there's good balance. Into Saturday, you've got strong intuitive type energies with good visions that could be very insightful, confidence to take on new projects with problem solving and solution oriented energies with creative and dreamy like focus into the end of the day. So into Saturday and Sunday, you're going to have like I'm floating on air type energies. They're just referencing to remember, Aries, to keep your feet on the ground just because your head is in the sky. Fire signs don't tend to do well, whether they're either smothered or burning at full extent. You like sitting right in that middle, so make sure that you're staying there. Okay. Tauruses. Thursday, you've got fantastical dreaming and free-flowing thoughts coming in, especially in energies in the wow. So they're basically referencing that you've got dreaming energy in the thoughts and in the emotions department that are both free-flowing that will cause you to actually want to speed up. They're referencing to slow down to speed up to get tasks done. Other energies may seem off-putting or abrasive, so be aware not to step on anybody's toes just because they seem sensitive. Detail-oriented and problem-solving type energy does come into the afternoon, but just be aware to not consume yourself with your projects, okay? Into Friday, overindulgent type energies with an undertones of renewed enthusiasm do come in, but they're referencing that they're just like Aries, you're going to have a difficulty balancing those emotions. They're referencing that don't test the limits, step away if need be. Renewing and motivating energy does come into the afternoons, especially in the commitment department or relationship. You've got strong energy to renew any damaged relationships by the end of day. So just because you're having that kind of weird energy in the morning and you might mess things up doesn't mean that by Friday afternoon, everything's going to be, you can still mend things by the afternoon. On Saturday, you've got unique and creative energies coming in that will cause you to be motivated and inspired. Intellectual, stimulating and craving type energies with a motivation that will decrease as the day wears on. So basically, Tauruses, if you have anything you need to get done Saturday, do it in the morning because the energy drops out of your cycle when the moon changes signs into the afternoon. Okay. Organization and detailed type energies come in by the end of day. So basically focus on those to-do lists by the end of the day. Don't overwhelm yourself with new projects. For Geminis, Thursday, you have strong egotistical and overwhelming personality type energies coming in. However, this can be used for their benefit in both business and the professional world. Strong, impulsive, and quick decision-making energies with a negative undertone to come in by midday. So if you are a businessman, make sure you get those business decisions done in the morning. It's a little late now. I hope you got them done by now. This is the only problem with streaming and doing horoscopes. Anyway, seeing the bigger picture comes easy, but just remember that into the afternoon, just because you've been seeing the bigger picture, that doesn't mean that you didn't miss any details. So be aware if they're brought to your attention by other people. Into Friday, strong, indecisive energies, especially in the romance and partnership department, come in. However, they're referencing that you can find support and reinforcing energies, especially in the friendship department if needed. Great negotiating and communication energies come into play by end of day. That will help you figure out any of those indecisive romance problems that might have come up in the morning. Saturday, you've got charming and creative energies to start with a focus and dedication that's best spent on yourself. It's kind of one of those theories of it's okay to be a little selfish sometimes. Opportunistic and intellectual type energies do come into play in the afternoon with problem solving and improving type energies, especially in the business and career department. Make note of them. Do not make changes right now. This is just because you see the finite details doesn't mean it's time to refine the finite details. Just because you see the problem doesn't mean you have the solution yet to fix it. So wait, focus on what you can control, not on what you can't. Okay, for the best use of this energy. And that's on Saturdays for Geminis. For Cancers, Thursdays, strong energies in thoughts, ideas, and beliefs. Watch for boasting or exaggerating in conversations and especially in decision makings. If you're in business this morning, you don't make any major decisions this morning. Good energies for independence, increasing self-worth, and rewarding through personal work. Strong mentor energies continue by end of day. Cancers, you guys have a strong push for the next couple days in the work department. That is pretty much all I wanted to write for the next 3 days was focus on work, because that is literally the focus and the energy of the next 3 days. For Friday, very strong, focused, and problem-solving energies and work and health. As I was saying, problem-solving and detailed energies to help. Watch for rebellious urges by the end of the day. It's good energies for making the 5-year plan and applying learned lessons. Okay, into Saturday, you're going to be strategizing with a slowdown of type energies. This is the time to go over those to-do lists. This is the time that you're actually going to want to apply those fine-tuned details that you looked at before. Creative and releasing type energies come into play with great energies to implement plans and wrap up loose threads. Determined, focused, and motivating energy by end of day. Cancers, Saturday is going to be that day you are going to be able to let things go. Okay, you are going to be able to release any of those things that you've been wanting to release for a long time. You're going to be able to basically say no to any endeavors that you don't want to do. Saturday, Cancers, you're going to have an emotional strength that you're not used to. Use it to your advantage. Okay, for my Leos, got my little Leo babies. I just want you to know you're going to feel like you're being put out by a lot of this. There's too much water in this chart right now for my Leo babies to feel like they're getting their head above it. Okay, so just know that if you are a fire sign or a Leo baby, you feeling almost smothered is going to do your best to navigate. DBT, self-soothe, self-distract, get out your box, get out your silly putty, get your smelling salts, do what you need to as often as you need to. Okay. So good energies to enhance, improve, and rejoice on Thursdays, especially in relationships and partnerships. However, strong, impulsive, and reactive type energies with the ability to blow the small details out of proportion come into the afternoon. This is a good time to focus on improving yourself from the inside. Meditation at night is highly recommended. Okay. The fact that they even came in and are like, they are going to need to take care of themselves all these next 3 days. As good as Cancer's energy is, that's kind of how bad Leo's is. Okay, use it. Don't dwell in it. Figure out how to navigate it. Okay. On Friday, you've got restless and irritating energies coming in with a balance between self-projection or self-projects and prior commitments. You're going to have to figure out that a lot of Friday has to do with balancing one for the other. What do you want versus what you need? What can you get done versus what you can't get done? And don't put pressure on yourself if you can. Okay. Change the overdue and overindulgence chance to be chance to overdo or be overindulgence, and they're referencing that you're going to need to have balance and moderation. Look for shared resources if need be. So basically, if you're not able to balance it yourself, look for somebody who can help you balance it out. If you need help, ask for help, Leos. It's not easy for you Leos to do, you stubborns. You're going to need to do it on Saturday, okay? So just be aware. Be a little bit gullible on Saturday, Leos. For my Virgos, oh, girls. Okay, so for my Virgos, flighty, fanciful, and hyperactive energies in overall mind, decision-making, and thinking are all about today. Difficult to concentrate. They literally have ADHD brain. So you are just going to be, you're going to have piles, undone piles all over the place. Rushing, nervous, and tension-filled energies, walking on eggshells kind of day. So stay away from anything remotely important if you can. If you can't, try not to make any big decisions, especially in financial matters. They're very much stressing Virgos that if you can hide today, hide. If not, do your best to hide in public. Okay, try not to step on anybody's toes. Try to keep your opinions to yourself. Internal dialogue. Friday, personal life comes into focus, especially in the comfort or lack thereof. Imbalanced energies with a positive undertone in healing do come into play, which do allow you to start assessing things in the family and home if things aren't exactly comfortable. Strong accepting and patient energy with connecting energies and the ability to release underlying deep strong-held tensions comes in on Friday. So if you are a Virgo and there's some stuff that you need to go be bet from the L word and run into the mountains and scream about, Friday is going to be your best energy day to actually be able to release it when you scream. Okay. Saturday, curiosity and learning and inspiring type energies, confident, motivating, and enthusiastic type energies with good problem solving and creative ideas. Bluntness, openness, and spontaneous energy comes into the afternoon for you on Saturday. Virgos, sometimes being blunt doesn't necessarily work for you. The whole reason that they're bringing this up is one of those things where if you feel yourself you're going to be blunt, be as nice as you can, because you sugarcoating it often comes off the way you actually want it to versus just stabbing somebody in the chest with your words. Because if there's anybody who has a sting as strong as a Scorpio, it is a Virgo. So just be aware, Virgos, that you're going to have that Saturday evening and be careful with it. Okay, for my Libras, dreamy, fanciful, and occupying type energies come into play today, especially within the mind. Motivating and enthusiastic energies. There's going to be a hard balance between trying to stay focused on work and wanting to play with fun activities. They're referencing that innovative but misleading energies come in by the end of the day. So if you have any business dealings to do at the end of the day, Libras, don't. You're not going to be able to get the good insight on it that you're hoping to make the best decisions. And that continues into Friday with distracting, tension-filled energies. You're going to have a strong pull towards wanting to interact and connect, especially through communications. However, there's going to be a strong focus on organization and planning. If the people involved in your life aren't the type of people that like cleaning and organizing and putting things together, you're going to have to figure out how to balance and self-soothe. On Saturday, you have comforting and understanding type energies that do come into play with creative thinking and the ability to focus on the much needed efforts. Positive, confident, strong energies, especially in problem solving, come in by end of day on Friday. So basically, if you have any business that you need to do, Libras, leave it to Saturday if you can. Unfortunately, in our world, we do a business week of Monday through Friday, and it's not always that easy. But if you are like me and you are your own owner, try to leave your work until Saturday, okay? For my Saggies, you guys are not as affected as this emotional water as other fire signs, simply because my Sagittarius we tend to be a little bit more emotional, don't we? So Thursday, focus turns to personal environment and the comfort from others around you, with tensions that can be filled with hectic and overwhelming energies provided by others. Basically, they're saying if you can stay in your own little bubble today, Sagittarius, you'll be fine. Missed details seem to be exaggerated, so pace yourself and make as many lists as you need to. This is not the time to make the change, just like I've referenced with other signs. This is the time to literally pace yourself. Just look at those finite details, make the notes of what the changes you want to make, and go from there. They're referencing that Friday, restless, observant. No, that's overindulgent. Why? Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Badger. I must have missed that a while ago. I did miss that a while ago. I'm sorry. He's the first one I've actually been able to have a conversation with from the other side. Well, he's a strong energy for you. He's still connected to you. So I'm not surprised, because now I'm wondering if he's a Sagittarius. Anyway. Ow. That was my own fault. So Friday, restless and overindulgent energies, pressure and demand from others, and watch for people-pleasing behaviors, okay? A strong sense of purpose come in, especially at end of day. This is a good open time to clarify with communications, especially in close relationships. So business, if you have that relationship situation, Sagittarius, is that you've been wanting to converse about, Friday is going to be your good energy to do it, especially into Saturday, because those negotiating and energies, negotiating and conversation type energies do continue into Saturday, especially in the home and family department. Intuitive type insights, helpful and constructive in conversations. So revelations basically is what you can have on Saturday, Sagittarius, is if you actually use the energies to your advantage. So my Capricorn babies, positive, restless, and compelling mental type energies have been coming into play today. Be careful of miscommunications and misunderstandings of others. Capricorns, you navigate this sensitive energy better than most people. Why? Because Capricorns tend to be the most sensitive of our signs. Navigating sensitive energies is basically your entire life, isn't it? So just understand that sometimes not everybody else is navigating this as well as you are. And this is the best way for me to explain this as Capricorns is, remember all those other times that that nobody seemed to understand you and you couldn't figure out why? Reverse it. And that's what your day is going to be today. So be kind to those who are kind to you. But they're referencing that you got great energies, Capricorn, today for sorting out those needs versus those wants, those haves versus those must-haves, the long-term versus the short-term. It's weed down those to-do lists, prioritize what you want in your life, and you've got great energies to move forward from there. We did say the whole month of February was going to be planning for you, Capricorn, so I'm not surprised that towards the end of this month, they're literally doing a final push for it. Into Friday, you have reflection and refreshing type energies that begin. These are going to be energies that influence you for the next little while. Good energies in work and productivity, great for communication with a unique perspective and ability to have visions, especially in business dealings and negotiations. Great energies for those new and needed interactions. So if you've been putting off a conversation, tomorrow's a good day to have that conversation. Okay. Saturdays, great energies for cleaning out the old, especially in friendship and relationship departments. Great communication energies with the ability to go with the flow. Conversation and connections will have lasting effects with good problem solving undertones. But watch for hasty decision making and rash thinking with added emotional energy, especially from others. Don't let others' energy and emotions, especially during this extremely sensitive Pisces, influence your decision making, Capricorns. You need to stay steadfast, especially if you've made a big decision in a very long-lasting, long-term life decision. Okay, Aquarius is strong visionary and unique perspective type energies. Aquarius is, you guys have great energy today. Truthfully, it is just that you like it. I can't explain it better than Aquariuses are just on cloud 9 today. Okay, productivity will be at a minimum because you're dreamy, floaty, lovey type energy on cloud 9 and very much want to stay there. Aquariuses, do try to keep your feet a little bit grounded today, especially if you have a job. Do try to maintain your sight on work. I know it's going to be difficult. You're going to want to fly to your round. Find that balance. As I do, work for 2 hours, go smoke a bowl for 20 minutes. Work for 2 hours, smoke a bowl for 20 minutes. Make sure that you're taking that give and take and that compromise, especially with your emotional energy. Okay, Aquariuses. Aquariuses. Friday. Friday, push-pull type energy. And oh, wow. So I was already reading the next part. That's why I was doing that. That's why I got confused. Thank you, Anson. Thank you. Push-pull type energy. If any of you were wondering, it's my aunt. Obviously, that's an Aquarius. Type energies in the morning, refreshing energies with dreamy undertones, especially in friendship and happiness departments. Strong energies come in midday. Strong energies towards health. And deep conversations, especially in finances and money areas. Fridays, Aquariuses, if you have been wanting to have that, that long-term 5-year plan, goal, finance breakdown with your partner, tomorrow's going to be a great day to do it. Taxes. If you haven't done your taxes, Aquariuses, Friday is going to be a great day for you to do your taxes. Saturday, great energies in money and finances, evidently Saturday too. Ability to make good progress in projects, especially in the domestic. Creative thinking and ability to improve learnings by asserting oneself. Watch for emotional-based decision-making end of day. Becky, do your taxes. She's going to be so mad at me when she hears that. That's okay. She loves me. Anyway, Pisces. So we're moving into Pisces. On Thursday, organizational and order creating type energies come into play with intense and sharp-edged intellect. You're going to have the witty perspective, the sharp tongue, the polar attacks. Be careful because they're referencing that even though you're quick-witted, that doesn't mean that you're opening up large wounds for later. Okay. Unrealistic, impulsive, and exaggerating type energies, especially in the projects or planning area, come into play. It's not a good time to focus on details. Leave demanding endeavors for later. Pisces, basically what's going on with Pisces is you have too many planets that are sitting in your sign and you are being influenced by so many energies that there is nothing but intenseness from you. Even if you try to not be intense, you're coming off intense. For some reason, you feel like a Scorpio. Okay. Just know that it's just because you literally have so many power planets in your sign and your energy is intense. You don't like being intense. And so Pisces don't do very well with these kind of energies. When everybody's feeling sensitive, Pisces do great. When Pisces are having to attune to their own energies, don't necessarily do as well. So just be aware of that, okay? Into Friday, we've got optimistic, enthusiastic, but easily overwhelming energies with impulsive, restless, and eager urges that come into the afternoon. Positive energies and personal relationships are on your side. However, they're referencing not to start any big projects. This is not the time to put the final cap on any detailed plans. If you don't do your taxes. Tomorrow, Pisces, not a good time to do your taxes. Saturday, we've got strong connection and communication type energies, especially in interests and connections. Attraction to new experiences and a strong pull towards learning with intense positive focus. So basically your energy shifts on Saturday, Pisces, but that's basic also because the sun kind of settles into your sign a little bit more and it starts feeding your sign versus creating your sign, if that makes sense. So always, whenever we shift into the sun shifts into a new sign. It's almost like anybody in that sign gets burned for a second as it shifts. And then once it's settled into the sign and it sits there for the month, the longer it sits in the month, the more nurturing the sun becomes. But I guess that's kind of how it goes, because the first time you step out into the sun after hibernating, it's quite harsh, isn't it? So it would make sense. I need a drink. Oh, I think I've been talking for straight 40 minutes. Okay. The horoscopes always take so long. I always try to make them short, but there's only so short you can make them. And I try to get the messages out that So for my Scorpio babies, hello, here we are, Scorpio. Thursday, motivating and inspiring energies, especially in conversations and communications. New love or new projects is optional. Nervous and exaggerating type energies. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I'm telling you guys, if you ever want to get a gauge for what kind of energies a Scorpio, like every time, I always crack myself up every time. ADHD mentality, strong creative and inspirational energies with potential for transformative ideas and underlying grounding energy. Oh, well, look at that, Kim. That might be why you were brought to me. He was an Aquarius. Well, look at that. Boy, you would think I was a psychic or something. Some people say I'm a psychic. Thank you you're very welcome, hon. You are very welcome. And just know, he's hearing you. He's talking now that you've confirmed that. I guess that was his way of confirming things to me because I was kind of hesitant about listening. He's hearing you. He's talking to you. He's listening. He's going to try to help you with the things that you asked him to help with. He's new to the other side, so there's only so much on his disposal. We can actually help you with that. Kim, I'm going to actually, when we get off of this, I think I did this for you before because I now have somebody else stepping forward that's saying that I did this for you before and it did help them. But I'm going to have him work with some people on the other side to help you with whatever it is that you're doing. And we're doing it and we're doing this because A, I can feel that you need it, and B, you've been such a long time subscriber to my channel that honestly, I'm grateful that you've always been here. So, I'm grateful to the people that I've always been around, and I have no problem doing it. And I don't feel the negative karmic. Yeah, I have no negative karma from it. So yeah, just know that your struggle, they're trying to fix whatever it is that's coming in June. And she's taking accountability from what I can see. Good job turning. I'm glad yours back. You're welcome, hon. Good job. Well, first of all, I want to acknowledge Kim. Good job turning sight. Sometimes it's easier to compromise than to stay steadfast in your own opinion. And he's referencing that he's really proud of you for doing that and compromising. And you're going to start seeing the positive come from that. Okay, so I'm gonna finish with Scorpios here, just in case. But just know, yeah, you've got, and we'll have hey, Uncle Michael. Hey, you want to help him? Thank you. Because yeah, well, your private investigator background will help. Thank you. Love you. My Uncle Michael's on the job for you, Kim. Okay, so Scorpios. And for anybody on TikTok, that's how I work. That's how I work. If you get to know me and you're one of my clients, you know, that's how I work. All right, so we did that motivating with underground. That's why we switched Kim. Okay, thank you. Hi. Restless and for Fridays for my Scorpio babies, we've got restless and indecisive energies. Difficult to balance between pathways, wants versus priorities. Good energies for strategizing, organizing, and committing to a goal. Strong energies for dedication and ability to make sacrifices. So basically, when I read this, for anybody who's interested, tomorrow I'm going to be picking apart my detailed plan for my Psycho to Psychic series and the Journey into Darkness and Back into Light. And so that's why because of those energies, that's why I lined that up. I knew I was going to I have to choose between what I want to share and what I don't want to share in the series versus what I want to share as a separate series that we're doing. So there's an example for you. For my clients especially. For Saturday, we're on the verge of changing direction with a strong problem-solving type energy. Confident, enthusiastic, and devoted type energies come into play, especially towards a person or a project. Organization, patient, determination of mind with focused problem-solving energies do come into play by the afternoon on Saturday, with powerful personal appeal and creative thinking abilities. Again, why did I line up to redo my project? That's why. So as I was telling new clients before, the whole reason that I do these horoscopes is exactly for that reason. Oftentimes, if you kind of know what energies are coming in the next couple of days, navigating your to-do list and what, your priorities can actually become easier. If you know that calling the IRS you're going to have great communication and positive energies on Tuesday, and you're going to have restless and irritating energies on Wednesday, and you have to call the IRS, you're going to plan to call the IRS on Tuesday, are you not? Why would you want restless and irritating energies feeding your phone call? So that's why I do this, so that my clients can kind of pre-plan and get an idea. And yeah, and also just because I like helping people, basically. So thank you, Kim, for coming in, and I'm glad I'm back too. I know, and just so anybody is questioning, I know I took a break off of streaming there for a while. I got a real job. I was an executive admin and an office manager for an accounting firm for a year in Alexandria, Virginia, and I was very happy there. And then my grandpa, who is in, on the other side of the country, started not doing well, and my mom needed back surgery. So I ended up having to come back to the West Coast, and it's not that easy finding a job in the location that I'm in. So I have been given permission that while I'm still trying to find a job that I am I haven't been given permission. It was in order to keep myself from going into depression and going stir crazy, because trying to find a job around here has been difficult. Live streaming is now my escape, and we'll see how it goes. If it continues doing well, then we'll make it my career. I mean, with the way things are changing in the industry, especially with mainstream media, so if you like my content and want me to continue doing this, please share, like, and subscribe, because I would love to continue doing this professionally, like, not just for my clients. Another reason is also because, as I explained before, I have several clients in several different areas. And there was one point at the beginning of the year where I was getting text messages at like 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and just sporadic all over. And I have no problem answering questions and everything for that. But it was literally controlling my life. And I had to figure out how to kind of streamline the process. And for a lot of my clients, they're like, well, I just kind of they need the overview. So I figured I'd provide it this way. So I'm going to be streaming regularly. If I do inevitably get a job, I'll let you guys know. But for now, yeah, I plan on streaming and hoping to make something of this inevitably. We'll see what happens. So on that note, it has been 2 hours. I think I've talked enough. So I'm going to end the stream because I do have other work that I need to do, and my phone's about to die. So I need to go charge my phone because I have been dual streaming on both TikTok and YouTube. So for everybody who's here, put your glasses up because we're going to do our closing. So thank you for coming in. Remember to like and subscribe, hit that thumbs up, do the YouTube-y things. To my replay crew, I love you. Thank you for coming back. I do watch those numbers. They come up. I really appreciate it. To my clients, I hope that I was able to help you a little bit. If you have any questions, you know how to contact me. Feel free to do so. And for everybody, may your angels be strong. May your energies be positive. And may karma be ever in your favor. And I will see you guys next time.